Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hi, guys, and welcome to this session, Saving Venezuela One Click at a Time. And, of course, I'm Mario. For those of you who do not know me, I am, by career, I'm an attorney. I am also a business owner. I've been an online entrepreneur for many years now. I've had much success in this industry, and we're using that success and using those experiences, using the technology to further the cause of Venezuela, a free Venezuela, a democratic Venezuela, and obviously for its people to be free and to live the lives that they're supposed to be living and have the lifestyles that they are supposed to be living. So what we'll be covering today, we're going to be covering the what's what of SOS Venezuela, the what we can do, what our objectives are, the what's it going to take, okay? And also we're going to talk very briefly about monthly events. Now the what's it's going to take is where we're really going to go. We're actually going to do something to make a difference in Venezuela right now. So obviously we don't have our butts on the line like the students and the other protesters there who are actually risking their lives, risking their freedom, going to jail, and obviously being sequestered and tortured in jail, and some of them losing their lives. But we can do plenty from where we are right now and kind of put our butts on the line in a very, very simple way. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what's happening in Venezuela. I found a wonderful video that's about 1 minute 40 long that really explains what's happening in Venezuela, and I just want to share it with you guys really quickly.
Sobre las noticias de qué es lo que pasa en Venezuela, pero realmente saben por qué protestamos. Protestamos porque estamos cansados de hacer largas colas para comprar leche, azúcar, harina, papel toalete y otros más. Porque son dos países que pasan Venezuela cada 20 minutos. Porque nos matan por un teléfono celular. Porque no tenemos cómo enterar las noticias de nuestro propio país. Ya que el gobierno no solo es censurado, sino que nos prohíbe lo que queremos. También protestamos porque
So I hope that you guys got that video. It was powerful. It's in Spanish. For those of you who don't speak Spanish, the subtitles below really explained it all. But let's go through what Venezuelans are doing. They're clearly fighting for their lives and their freedom. So what she covered was that there's no safety. One Venezuelan dies every 20 minutes because of crime and violence driven by poverty. Scarcity. Venezuelans have to wait in long food lines just to get the necessities, toilet paper, the staples of basic staples of life. Censored media, anti-government stations and programs have been shut down, and the media has been prohibited from airing unapproved content. So people in Venezuela, in their own country, don't even know what's happening, and that's obviously a serious issue. There's stolen wealth. This was another thing that was very, very significant for me. The value of the people's wealth has been stolen by 50 to 60% or more every single year through government-intended inflation. Now, I work and I have a business in currency trading, so I understand what that means. What that means for us is, imagine that you work hard and you put $100,000 in your bank account, right? Which means that for you, that means that you can purchase a house or you can put money down on a house, okay, or whatever else it means to you. Let's say that it means buying 4 cars, all right, 4 average cars that you would buy. You'd be able to go into a car dealership. You'd be able to buy 4 vehicles that at that time were worth $25,000 a piece. Let's just imagine, okay? Well, that $100,000 by the end of the year, because of the inflationary rate that they have there, even though you had that $100,000 in your bank account that used to be able to buy 4 vehicles, now that $100,000 can only buy you 2 vehicles, okay? And if you let one more year go by, even though you haven't touched that money, now that $100,000 can only buy you 1 vehicle, okay? Why is that? Because that $100,000 the first year, after inflation, after the government kept on printing money, okay, and took the value of your dollars away, that $100,000 became worth only $50,000 after 1 year. And after the second year, it was only worth $25,000. Okay, so your hard-earned money, which took you forever, $100,000 worth of work to complete, now can only buy you $25,000 worth of stuff, and that's only after 2 years. And this is the kind of stuff that the Venezuelan people are dealing with. They're losing the value of their money, okay? There's also the consideration that the minimum wage in Venezuela is $59. $59 per month, mind you. $59 per month. It is the lowest in the Latin and Caribbean world, period. $59 per month. And to eat, it costs you $125 per month. It's absolutely a travesty, okay? And lastly, and probably most importantly, those people who have protested and who have the right to protest under their constitution in Venezuela because they have no safety, there's scarcity, they can't get food the way that they're supposed to, there's censored media, and their wealth is being stolen from them, and their ability to live, even their minimum wage, is too low. Those people who even just protest peacefully, the students and the political leaders, are being arrested, tortured, and killed for protesting the illegitimate government, okay? So all of this is happening in Venezuela, and the question is, what happens if we do absolutely nothing, right? That's the question we're going to ask. Because right now there's a movement, those protesters who are moving and have moved me and have moved you, those of you who are on this line and know what's going on in Venezuela, to action, to do something. But what happens if they die or if they stop? If they stop this movement? If no one does anything, then this movement absolutely dies. That's what I want to say. So what will happen if we do nothing? Venezuelan protesters and obviously fugitives of law who have been protesting this movement and no longer allowed to, even though their constitution says they should, have no food provisions, basic staples to survive, and have no money or means to mount campaigns to gain support locally and globally. The freedom movement dies as a result, okay? That means if we are not able to help them through monetary aid and really being able to bring awareness, this movement completely dies. With no movement, the regime continues to steal from the people, and the economy continues to crash, and the standard of living continues to plummet. With no movement, the regime continues gross violations on the rights of Venezuelans, prohibiting them from freedom of speech beyond the eyes of the world leaders. Because if no one's aware, no one will do anything about it. With no movement, all is lost in Venezuela, and the people are left prisoners to their own country. And once we get that and we understand that we must do something. Because right now nothing is being done, not enough, to help those poor people, those people that are fighting for their lives and for their freedom and for their country right now in Venezuela. So what can we do? What we can do is that we can bring about global awareness. And our objective here is to reach 1 million people. I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So we want to reach 1 million people around the world and let them know what's happening in Venezuela. The same way that this message came to me, and I'm now moving to inspire others and that you are now moving to inspire others is the same way that we can move others to inspire others, including leaders in our community and hopefully global leaders. Okay? So we want to reach 1 million people. And what else can we do? We can raise money. We can raise money for campaigns. We can raise money so that these people can eat. We can raise money so that they can buy gas masks, right? We can raise money so that they just know that someone's out there, that they have a tangible evidence of the support of the world, and keep moving forward in this. Because if we don't do it and this movement stops, these people are trapped in a broken Venezuela. So what can we do? We can raise money. So our goal is to raise between $50,000 and $500,000 for this cause, because that's really what's going to make a difference, right? Money. And so what we do in photojackpots.com, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more, but what we do at photojackpots.com is we raise the money. We don't go to Venezuela. We don't give them the resources. What we do is we give the resources to people and organizations that are already supporting the cause, that are already supporting the movement, like Unidad Venezolana, which is a very big movement here in Venezuela as well for for the freedom of the country. And another organization that works under them is Ayuda Humanitaria para Venezuela, which is here in South Florida. And what they do is they take tons of food and they have it brought obviously to the people who are starving and who do not have enough there in Venezuela. So our goal is, number one, to raise global awareness, 1 million people reached, and number two is to raise money, because money is going to make a difference. So we're going to do it through this website called photojackpots.com. And so how PhotoJackpots works is that it's a contest-based website, and basically we have an image contest. It's called a photo contest. And how the photo contest works is that people will enter the contest to win. They will share it with their friends so that they can win the contest by the number of votes they have. In the sharing, people become aware of what's happening in Venezuela. Okay? And we have a voice with those people about what's happening in Venezuela. And really it all comes down to this share button. So the question, so now you're saying to yourself, how are we going to reach 1 million people? And how are we going to raise this $50,000 to this $500,000 that we want to raise? And why do I think it's possible? Well, how, first of all? By the click of a button. That's all it takes, is one click of a button. And that's the whole model about Photo Jackpots, and how Photo Jackpots is able to be a instrument of transformation and global change. By one click of your button, when you take responsibility, and one click of your button, you can share it with the world, you can bring about global awareness, and you can do your part to bringing aid that is much needed in Venezuela to keep this movement going. So let's talk about how we're able to do that, what that one click means, and how we're able to do it. Well, we're going to use, for the most part, we're using right now FB automation. That's Facebook automation. It means that every time someone joins our site and they hit the send button, they are sending out messages to their entire contact list, no matter what, without ever doing another thing. So you're thinking to yourself, how's this going to work, and how's it going to make that kind of impact that we want it to make? Well, I'm here to tell you that if you do nothing here, nothing will be done at all. But if you take responsibility for what's happening in Venezuela right now, if you take responsibility for the outcome of this, and you take responsibility for your action, that's clicking that button, and other people do the very same thing, then we can absolutely, unequivocally make a big difference in that country. Let me show you how it works. So this little guy is you, right? And you have about 300 contacts, 300 Facebook friends, okay? Some of you have 100 Facebook friends. And there are some of us, like myself, I have 1,600 Facebook friends. And I know some guys who have 5,000. My dad actually has 4,800 Facebook friends. Imagine that, okay? And so most of us have about 300 though. So between your 100, my 1,500, and other people's 300, about 300 contacts. Okay, and that's you. So let's say that you were to send out, just click that button and send out to your Facebook list through our automation to ask them to be a part of this contest, right? So we're going to assume that through your contacts, let's say that 3% of all the people, 3%, just 3% of all the people that you send out to, so for your 300 contacts, that would be 9 people, okay, actually click the button. And they click the button, they share with their friends, and only 3% of their friends actually click the button, and they share with their friends. And let's say that their friends, out of their friends, only 3% actually click the button. You see where I'm going? So let's say after 5 levels, it starts with you, and then you get your 9, and then your 9 get their 9, and then their 9 get their 9, and their 9 get their 9, and their 9 get their 9. Okay, assuming that we all have 300 Facebook friends. I've already brought in like 40 or 50 of my friends. So my numbers are a little bit bigger than 3%. Okay? But let's say that we were there at that number. Okay? Assuming only 3% of all of your friends do anything. They just click the button, take responsibility, and they click that button. Then you alone are responsible for almost 60,000 people being touched, you by yourself. Okay? Now imagine if we got more than you, if we multiplied that. Just more than you and me and a few more of us who've taken responsibility and just clicked that button. What that would mean for a free Venezuela. From a monetary standpoint and from an awareness standpoint, who couldn't we touch? That's the question that we ask, and that's what we're getting at today. It's very, very simple. I'm going to get into this really quickly with you. So the bottom line is that we do matter. When you guys show up to these meetings that we have, when you click that button, you make a big difference. And I'm telling you, when you click a button, that's the whole point of photojackpots.com, is that with one click of a button, we can make a big difference. And it all starts with this one click. So I'm going to actually move forward here. And I'm going to talk about what it's going to take. I'm going to be very, very short and very sweet about this conversation that we're about to have, because this is what it's about. What's it going to take for us to achieve our goals of touching 1 million people and raising between $50,000 and $500,000? It's the click solution. This is what Photo Jackpots is about. It's going to take just a couple things. So, one, I'm going to ask you tonight, so if you are not registered on the website, photojackpots.com, I'm going to ask you to click to register and vote for a friend, and we're going to go through the process together. Okay? Secondly, if you have not already uploaded an image and you have not joined the contest, I'm going to ask you to click to support the cause with your own image. All right? So I'm going to ask you to forego your coffee to save Venezuela. One coffee, your $5 Starbucks coffee, and become a part of this cause. If you think that 3% of your friends are willing to do that, to be bigger than themselves, and to do something bigger than themselves, it takes nothing more than a click of a button, then I think that we can absolutely do this. We can make this happen. We can change their world, certainly, and make a difference and give them a fighting chance. And the last thing that I want you to do, I want you to click to share for a free Venezuela. So if you haven't already shared, hit the click to share button on our website. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. And you're going to have the opportunity to share with all of your friends automatically. And by clicking that button, you will have done everything that you need to do to make this movement, this cause, and make our objectives possible. Okay? And to give it life and to give it survival. All right? So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to invite just a couple people to share while I go ahead and set up my internet browser here so I can show you guys how to click to register if you haven't already registered, and to vote for a friend if you haven't already voted for someone. And then I'm going to show you how to click to support the cause with your own image, how to upload your own image, and I'm going to show you how to share. And it's going to be very, very simple, very straightforward. So I'm going to just ask one or two people to share. Is anybody, raise your hand if you're available to share. There's a button here that says you can raise your hand, guys, if you'd like to share. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to let you talk first, Steph. And I'm going to unmute you now so you'll be able to speak and tell us why you're a part of this movement and what you'd like to achieve here. Looks like you've got to use your audio pin because you've got no audio currently, Steph. Let me know when you're on. Okay. Will anyone else like to share? Nati, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you and let you speak. Hey, Nati. How are you? Can you hear me? You are unmuted. You should be able to speak. Okay. Little technical difficulty there. You're unmuted, so when you're ready to speak, you can absolutely speak. I'd like to see some of the Venezuelan population actually just share very briefly, 1 or 2 minutes. Awesome. Thank you, Lily. Lily, you are unmuted. Can you speak? Okay. Okay, I can hear you. I can't hear you right now, but you are unmuted. You are self-muted. So you've got to unmute yourself. I can unmute you. Okay. Looks like Natalia's system froze. Lily, you have to unmute yourself. So there's a microphone button. It's green, and it's got a line through it. You can unmute yourself. Green button there. Okay, just let me know when you, okay, you're on. Lily, I think you're on. Can you speak?
Yay!
Yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah, we're getting used to the technology, I think, here. Awesome. So Lily, please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you are helping this movement, please.
Sure. Well, I'm a Venezuelan, and I lived in Venezuela all my life until 2008. And part of the reason that I left my country, which naturally Venezuelans, we travel, we came abroad to study, to advance our education, to further ourselves, but we always came back to our country because it was a country of freedom, a country of family, a country of beauty and joy. And I stayed there until 2008, participating since 1998 until I left in 2008 in every possible march, every possible movement, because this has been a long, long ride in us fighting for our freedom, for our rights, the rights of our children, the rights of just simply having safety, having a voice. And they have been so determined since 1998 until now that up to this point, you know, most Venezuelans who have had any chance of leaving our country, we had to. for our own safety, for our own survival, unfortunately. So when I heard of people like you, Mario, and Barbara, and Stephanie, and Natalia, and everybody of you guys who not necessarily in majority are Venezuelans, and still you have given your energy, your time, your motivation to this cause. I couldn't do anything else other than support you guys. I know I have faced challenges in technology, and we cleared that this morning. However, if any of you that hearing this, it's not just a simple cause that you're going to be supporting, guys. It's every weekend counted for. It's over 179 deaths just on a weekend. Imagine any of your family members going out, and just because you have a cell phone with you, you get killed. Or not having the right to say, I want an education that is free. That will put you in jail. Or needing medication for your father who has blood pressure or diabetes or anything and not finding. So Venezuelans have always been characterized for our strength and spirit and joy and happiness, and they are slowly but surely dimming the light because we have no ways of communicating to the world what's going on. They have taken, purchased all the media, preventing from anybody who is not biased to have a voice.
Right. That's right. Thank you, Lily. It's really, it's significant what's going on over there, and we are so thankful to have you supporting the cause. And you're right. All of that is happening. They've taken the voice of the people away, and there are people who refuse to let go of their voices there, and they're protesting. So thank you so much for being a part of this. And, just thank you for being here and for saying what you said, because I think people really got it in your passion and even in your eloquence of speaking about this movement. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Natia, are you back just yet? Can you raise your hand if you're available? If you can speak for just 1 minute, that'd be awesome.
Okay, I'm being timed. Can you hear me?
Yes, you are. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, well, what I wanted to say was thank you for talking. I mean, I didn't get your name, whoever was speaking. But yeah, I mean, basically what we're doing, guys, and what it means to all of us is just spreading awareness. We, as Venezuelans, we feel that, it's kind of hard for us outside of Venezuela to do something about it. And this competition has allowed us just that, It's about not only, entering a competition, but, with that competition, you're basically saving lives. You're allowing people to get medicine. You're allowing people to get food. We have a good group of people that are dedicated to taking those things to Venezuela and helping directly the students with the two organizations that we're working with. And I think that we have what a lot of people are looking for, which is a good solid foundation and a good connection to aid and to help and to basically give these people hope. Because, if you speak to, the person I just spoke, I'm sorry, I don't know your name, but everybody, I mean, you speak to her and you speak to everybody over there, they're just getting by on a day-to-day basis, just basically hoping for the best, that they go out and that they don't get shot, or they don't get killed. And it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. We take a lot of things for granted, and this actually will spark, our conscience, and also our hearts to do better things and to move a group of thousands of people with just, $5, guys. It's just $5, and if you knew how much $5 would make a difference in Venezuela, like you'd be surprised. You'd be changing not only a person's life but a family's life. So it's something that we should all take account of and kind of mention that to everybody, bring everybody to perspective on that particular issue and what they're dealing with. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nati. That was great. Okay, so that was obviously that's my creative genius, if you will, on this project, Photo Jackpots. I just want to thank you both for sharing, and for everyone else who's on the line here. Even though you haven't shared, if you raised your hand and I didn't call on you, it's because for the sake of time, because I want to get people out as quickly as possible. So that is, I want to make sure that we get through the process of getting to that one click, which is why we're on the line today. So I'm going to go ahead and, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go get right to it. All right, so basically how this works is you go to photojackpots.com. Okay, and this is what photojackpots.com looks like on the outside. Now, most of you had a friend. So if, for instance, I was your friend, you'd have photojackpots.com/SOS/Mario. You're going to use usually somebody else's. If you have a friend and they had an ID and they gave that to you, you can use theirs. That way they get credit for having brought you in. So these are all of my photos that I have here. And this is probably my favorite one right now, which is that I would love to vote for, right? So this is one of my images. Just love this image. Don't give up Venezuela. We support you. And it actually was brought in by Karen, by one of the artists, the Venezuelan artists who actually contributed this to us, guys. And you can actually find that in the image bank if you do not have an image. We'll talk about that in a second. So vote for this image. You tap here, and I'm going to create an account. It's going to be called Mario Test. Okay, and I'm going to name it Mario M Test. It's going to be my email. And I'm going to vote for this image. Now, you can use your Facebook. That's the best way to use it. Connect with Facebook. You don't have to do anything else. Automatically, you connect. But I've already got my Facebook covered, so whatever. So now that I'm inside here and I've clicked on the vote, the next thing that I can do, I'm registered now. Now I voted. Now what I can do is I can join the contest. Now this will be automatic for you, by the way. Now when I join the contest, I've got to click on my terms and agreements, and so that you know the terms and agreements are that you can use any photo or any image that you want to, as long as you have permission to use them, that they're not protected, okay? Your entry purchase is not refundable, as net proceeds will be sent directly to a 501c3 charity, including but not limited to Unidad Venezolana and other organizations such as that. So then you'll hit continue. You'll choose the amount that you want. By the way, guys, you can choose more than one. As you see here, I have more than one entry that's attributed to me personally. So if I have 5 entries, then it'll be $25 that I'd pay. You can ask people to contribute more if they want to help the cause that way. Oops, sorry. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry about that. I completely dropped the ball. I forgot to hit play again. Okay, so let's do this again. I'm going to log out, start fresh. All right, so from here, guys, we have photojackpots.com, and some of you will have a special link. So usually it will be from one of your friends. It'll be www.photojackpots.com/SOS/ sometimes their name if they've chosen that name. For me, it's photojackpots.com/SOS/Mario, right? So if I tap on that, it's going to take me to this page that shows all the images of that person. So let's see if I chose someone else. Actually, I'm going to choose I think I'm going to choose Nati G. I think that's your name. All right, and so you can vote now. You can see that she has one image up, okay? So I will click to vote. Now, the moment I click to vote, it's going to ask me to register to vote because that's going to be necessary. We can't have 50 million one person tapping 50 million times on his own image. So I'm going to name this Mario Test and call it Mario Test at Gmail. So I make up my password. I sign up. Very simple. Now I can vote on this image down here. I can also connect with Facebook. That's the easiest way to do it, guys, is just to connect with Facebook, because as your friends come in, they're automatically put on your list, okay? So that is how Facebook Connect will work for you. I obviously have already used my Facebook account to register, so I'm going to use just this thing above. So either I click on the button here for Facebook or I fill out these details. Now when I click on Vote Now, it automatically votes for me. So if you have not registered, I would like you to go right now and I would like you to register. If your friend gave you a link, use that link. Now, after I do this, by the way, I'm recording this session, so if any of you need to go back over this, I will be posting this probably in our group and certainly somewhere on the website. So next box that comes up says your vote has been confirmed. Now you can have a huge impact by joining the contest. Okay? It's also saying if you don't have an image, there's no problem. We can provide one to you from our image bank. We have an image bank. Okay? So if I join the contest, if I click on join the contest, it's going to ask me how many entries I want. Okay? So I can choose my quantity. I can say I want 2 entries, which would be $10. 1 entry is $5. 5 entries is $25. Okay? And you simply have to click the I agree terms and conditions, and you can see that what the terms and conditions are, meaning that you can use any image as long as you have permission to use them or you are not prohibited from using them. Your entry purchase is non-refundable because the net proceeds will go to a 501c3 charity, okay, including the ones that we've mentioned before. You'll simply click the check, you'll check the I agree terms and conditions, and you'll hit continue. Now from here you actually have 2 choices. You can select, we've already selected entries, so now we're at the payment details portion. Some of you are afraid to use your own credit card on a website. Okay, I get that, which is why we've added PayPal. We use the same type of technology that is used by every single other major merchant, online merchant out there. Okay, so your information is protected, just like anyone else's. It's secured information. It goes through a very high-end system to be used for this. But if you don't feel comfortable there, you can simply go to PayPal. So when you click on purchase with PayPal, that's another way to have it done. And it will take you to a payment page for PayPal. Okay? You will put your information in for PayPal and hit and your password and hit login, and it will confirm your payment. Now after you have confirmed your payment, I'm going to go to my own page here. It's going to tell you how many entries you have left. This is the last submit an image. Okay? Now I currently have 2 images for my contest that I have not used yet. All right, so I can either submit later when I find my own image, which is something that you may do. You may want to submit it later or never. Okay? But if you click, if you want to submit now, you can say, you know, something like what I would say is, I support a free Venezuela. And then I have 3 choices to choose the image that I want to use. I could either bring my own image. This works on your cell phones as well, guys. Or I can use my own image. I can import from Facebook an image, okay? And let's click on that. So I can choose one of my images from Facebook, like this image that I have here. I just simply click on check it, go to the bottom and hit import, and it will import that image for me. Or I can go to my image bank, choose from our image bank. And from here, guys, very simply, I can choose from, we currently have 6 images in our image bank, compliments of Natalia Gonzalez, who is a photographer here in his photography business, Mona Photography. Excellent work there. She's actually committed 4 of her images so that you can use them. You can click on any one of these images and use them to attract people to your entry. Okay, and these are actually 2 images that come from another artist, Venezuelan artist, who is excellent, and we're going to be adding more images as well. Okay, we do have more images to add. That's next up on my list. So you simply hit select an image and you import. Okay, and then you write your description. My description is always very similar. I can write whatever I want to under it. People will see it, and you hit submit now. Okay, and that's what you would do. So after you hit submit now, it's going to take you to your image. I didn't just do that. And then it's going to ask you, in fact, let me do that now. I'm going to do it now. I support a free Venezuela. Very simple, guys. I'm going to choose from my image bank so I can make it as simple as possible. I'm going to choose this image here. Hit import. And I just hit submit now. Congratulations, your photo has been submitted. Now, automatically, it's going to ask me to share with my friends. Okay? So what I'll do is I simply go here, and with one click of a button, it's asking me to share with my friends. Of course, I need Facebook. I need Facebook authorization, so I hit yes for Facebook authorization. And I'm pretty sure that I have exhausted my Facebook authorization for this, because I have clearly sent out to all of my friends a number of times. So let me do that again. All right, so it will automatically send those out for you. This is how it works. It's going to ask me for my Facebook ID if I didn't already put it in. I actually was logged in already. Shouldn't have to do that. It's going to show me all my friends who are not currently members. All right, so all my friends that are not currently members amounts to about 1,500 people, 1,495. Now, I already have a canned custom message, okay? I can change this message to make this message whatever I want it to say, okay? And then I simply hit send to all. And it's as simple as that. Now, I can also choose and elect individuals that I would like to send specifically if I don't want to send to all. Okay? It's really that simple. And after you hit that send to all button, then it sends out. Now I've got about 100 friends who are part of this site, about 100 and something. We have about 1,400 people who have already signed up. Actually more than that now, who have already signed up for the site here. Okay? And so that's all it takes, guys. So if you haven't already, with your one click, registered for the site already, I'd like to see you do that right now. Since we're all online right now, you can do it on your smartphone. You can do it. You can do it on your, obviously on your tablet. You can do it on your computer. You can do it right now. Okay, and that what I want to see everyone do who hasn't done it already. If you believe in a free Venezuela and you're using your time today to be on this call, then take that, sacrifice your one Starbucks coffee, $5. Because if everyone does this, we make a difference. Currently, we have 115 entries. Okay, and that's good. We're up. Okay, but we are trying to get, number one, with this initial group that we have, to 600 entries. And from there, we'd like to have at least 8,000 entries, and that's nothing. If we all do our part and give our $5 and we share with other people, and those people come on this site and they share, they do their part and they share, this is nothing for us. It's nothing for this to happen. This is easy if people take responsibility and realize that they do count. They do count. They do matter. So, if any of you have any questions, now's the time to ask me. And first of all, I'd like to see everyone do it. So please raise your hand if you've already done it. If you've already registered for the site and you've already submitted an image. Does anyone have any questions about registering or? So this whole thing is about that. Great. I'm seeing a lot of hands go up. That's awesome. This whole thing is about the simplicity of this process, and that's what Photo Jackpots is all about. It's about the click solution. Because if you click to upload your image, you pay your $5, and you click again to share, then we will be able to move mountains together. It will take nothing for us to move this mountain. And we will be able to cause a free Venezuela and do our part to cause a free Venezuela. Our butts are not on the line. We're not there putting our lives on the line every day for freedom. But what we can do is we can click a button today. We can give up our Starbucks coffee, our $5, and we can become a part of this movement and truly give them whatever we can give them from here to help them to achieve that goal of a free Venezuela. So if you haven't already signed up, awesome. Thanks, Ed. That's great. Thank you. Thanks, guys. All right, so let me just, before we close this up, because this whole entire session is for us to do this thing together. It's for you to click to enter the contest. It's for you to click again to share with others. Share with your entire world. It's just that simple. And there's no time like the present. There's not tomorrow. Tomorrow doesn't exist. It's today. It's right now. It's right now. If we take the actions that are necessary for things to happen in Venezuela, they will happen. People over there are taking actions to see a free Venezuela. They're putting their lives on the line and their freedom on the line. All we've got to do is click a button. I think we can do that. I think we can do that. So one last thing before I close this up, because I do want to see if there are no questions. Let's see if there are any questions for me. Okay, good question. Okay, awesome. Carolina, that's awesome that you're back on. Of course, Lily. Okay, guys. All right, so if anyone has any other questions, I'd like to submit one more thing to you. If you're local here in South Florida, if you're local here in South Florida where we are currently headquartered, we have a free Venezuela night tomorrow, May 21st. It's Wednesday night. So even if you're in Miami or wherever you are, come out because we're having a free Venezuela night. Wear your Venezuela colors, okay? And just show up or don't. just simply show up to support a free Venezuela, and obviously to support our initiative for a free Venezuela through photo jackpots. We're going to have a banner there. We're going to also have cards that you guys can use if you are a part of it, that you can get people, just give out to people and have them join the cause. And if they just share, if they just join and share, then certainly 1 to 3% of their friends at the very minimum is going to be a part of this, most likely. And if they are, that's all it's going to take for them to impact an entire world and for you to impact an entire world through just a few clicks. And that's what we're trying to get to, and that's our vision. So that's what's going to happen at Palladium Nightclub, May 21st. It's the South Side. It's going to be Latin music. It doesn't matter what kind of music. It could be techno. It could be country. It doesn't really matter. They're having a Venezuela night, and we want to see people show up to represent what we're trying to cause here. So the more people that we actually have that show up, it shows the world and it shows those people in that room that this is significant for us. It's important to us. You know, we can't say it's important and then don't show up because of something going on, like we're tired that day or whatever else it is. I'm sure there are a lot of people in Venezuela right now who are tired in their jail cells, who are tired of getting up and marching and protesting, tired of seeing their children risk their lives to stand for this country, you know. But tired doesn't really tell us who we are and what we have to do, does it? It's what we give our word to, and we give our word for a free Venezuela. The last thing, guys, is that we also have Doral. We're going to be speaking. We're going to make a presence at a Doral restaurant on May 31st. That's a Saturday. Saturday, May 31st. We're going to be at El Arepaso 2, the second one, at 3900 Northwest 79th Avenue. I think it's Suite 124, and that's in Doral. So there's a large Venezuelan population, and we're going to go there, and we're going to try to sign them up for the website and get them also to share with their friends, and obviously to enter into the contest, because entering into the contest is going to allow us to touch quite a few people. It's going to allow us to make the money. And guys, don't forget, obviously, with photo jackpots, there is a jackpot that's involved in this as well. So if you bring people in and they vote for you, you get the most votes, then you win the jackpot. Right now, that jackpot's $1,000. We expect that jackpot to climb substantially. All right, we expect that jackpot to be at $10,000 or $15,000, depending on how much money that is actually brought in. We want to bring in between $50 and $500,000 in this particular campaign. So we're going to need people to be responsible. That means that if you hit that button and you click that button and you enter the contest with your $5, then other people enter the contest, and you share as well, which is very important, and they click the button, or just 3% of your friends click the button, and they enter the contest and they share, then we can really move mountains here. All right, so with that, I think that's all I've got for you tonight. I don't know if anybody else has anything that they would like to share before I get off the line. So I'm going to put all hands down. Does anyone want to share anything before we call this one quits? Just raise your hand if you'd like to share something. Awesome. I'm going to unmute you, and I hope that you're ready to go. Stephanie, how are you? Steph? You look like you've got...
Okay, I'm going to try this again.
There you go. I got you. There you go.
Yay.
Yay. Please introduce yourself.
I just wanted to mention that Palladium is tomorrow, correct?
Yes, Palladium is tomorrow. Yes.
Okay. All right, just in case anyone was, that's tomorrow night. So
that's tomorrow night, Palladium.
Yeah.
It's going to be free Venezuela night at Palladium Nightclub, 5688 West Sample Road, Margate, Florida. Okay? And that's going to be, we want to have as big of a presence as we can have. Thank you so much, Steph, for reminding us. And also, guys, we also are having we have a web page. We have a Facebook page. Okay? I'd like to show you that Facebook page really quickly. We have a Facebook page currently, Photo Jackpot. So if you put Photo Jackpots in here, you put photojackpots.com in, if you put photojackpots.com in, it's going to bring you to this page, and that is our page. So just type in photojackpots.com, and you will be able to like our page, obviously, and get notification from us on Photo Jackpot. So look out for that, guys. Share it with your friends. Get them to do it. It's a new phenomenon, this Facebook page. So we're just getting it going right now. So we expect for it to be a place where we can share a lot of ideas and share our passion for Venezuela and for other causes as well. So I think that's about it, guys. Thank you very much, Steph, for chiming in on that. Tomorrow night, Free Venezuela, Palladium Nightclub. Hope to see you guys there to support. All the best. Bye-bye.